Good day, my dear students. I trust God you're fine and you're staying safe. You're welcome to today's class. I am Mr. Chris Imoyi Kesin, your computer studies teacher at Slick Angels International School. Now today I'll be having a class with the SS2 students on the topic expression in Q basic programming language. And that's what we'll be looking at today. Now, as a reminder, I just want to remind you that in SS1 we looked at basic programming, and we said that there are different versions of basic programming. We mentioned the Visual Basic, we mentioned the GW Basic, and we talked about Quick Basic, which is abbreviated as Q Basic. And so everything we have been looking at from SS1 up to now in SS2 have been what? Quick Basic, which is Q Basic. And so today we're looking at expressions in Q Basic programming language. What are expressions? In programming, an expression is a combination of symbols, variables, and constants that represent a value. For example, x plus y minus 3. Now, let's look at these words: symbols, variables, and constants. Symbols are also known as operators. Symbols are also known as what? Operators. Like you can see on the board here, I have written numeric operators. I have operator and I have the name. We will come back to that. So symbols are also known as what? Operators. We also have variables. Variables are letters. Variables are letters or words that are used to represent an identity. And then we have constants. Constants are what? Numbers. So looking at this expression on the board, x plus 5 minus 3, x is a variable, 5 is a constant, and plus minus are what? They are symbols, which are also known as operators. Are you following? Now, let's look at the basic operators or the Q basic operators that are used. We have the caret sign, which is also the double asterisk we have on the board, and it represents exponents in basic programming. We have multiplication sign, which is the asterisk. We have the division, which is the forward slash. We have the addition and what? The subtraction. Now, note that these symbols are derived from mathematics. In mathematics, we have these symbols and they are used for evaluation of expressions. Now, the same way we evaluate expressions in mathematics, that's the same way we also evaluate expressions using Q basic. Alright, so now in mathematics, there's what we call board mass. We call it what? Board mass. But in basic programming, we have bed mass instead of what? Board mass. The B stands for brackets. The E stands for exponents. The D is for division. M is for multiplication. The A is for addition. And the S is for subtraction. So this is what we call what? Bed mass. This is what we call what? Bed mass. So in solving expressions in Q basic, using order of precedence, which is BEDMAS, this is what we follow. Now, what precedence simply means is hierarchy. Order of what? Hierarchy. In its order of hierarchy. So we are solving problems using an order of what? Hierarchy. Now, what is the order of hierarchy? We have stated here that we have the brackets, which is the first thing you must always solve when you encounter expressions with brackets. The second thing you will look at in that expression is what? If there is exponent, which is the E. If the exponent is not there, you look at the division or the multiplication or the addition or subtraction, as the case may be. Now, note something, that while solving these problems, if you happen to have the same hierarchy, let's say, because division and multiplication are of the same level, the same order, addition and subtraction are of the same order. If you meet these expressions, this hierarchy in an expression, what do you do? Which one do you attend to first? Basically, you always attend to the first operator from the right. So this is your right, this is from your right to your left. Do you understand that? Okay, let's look at these examples on the board to further explain what we mean by BEDMAS. So we have two examples here, example 1 and 2. The first one says, solve the following using BEDMAS, all right? So 5 plus 18 divided by 3 exponent 2 times 2 minus 1. Okay, this is how it is written in basic programming. If it is in mathematics, it will be quite different. Now, as this class proceeds, we will see how to convert mathematical expressions to basic expressions. Okay, so for basic programming, this is how it is written. Remember when I showed you the operators and how they are written. Now let's solve the first expression here on the board. So, solution A. 5 plus 18 divided by 3 double asterisk 2 and 2 minus 1. Now look at this expression. Look at it very well. Remember that double asterisk means exponent. So in using BEDMAS, because there is no brackets, we will start with what? Exponent, because that's the next in the order of precedence. So how do we do it? We indicate it. That's the first operation to be carried out. And 3 exponent 2 means 3 raised to power 2, which is same as what? 3 times 3, right? So we will come down and write out 5 plus 18 divided by what? 9 multiplied by 2 minus 1. So 3 exponent 2 is same as 3 raised to power and 3 raised to power 2, which is what? 9. So that's the 9 you have here. And you have your expressions the way it is. Now look at this expression again. What's the next on the hierarchy? It's supposed to be multiplication, right? BEDMAS. It's supposed to be multiplication. But then, looking at the expression here, the sign that comes first is division. Multiplication and division are on the same hierarchy. So we will attend to division. And so we do this. If we do that, 18 divided by 9 will be what? 2. Right? So this is 5 plus 2 multiplied by 2 minus 1. Are you following the steps? The next here on the hierarchy level is multiplication. So we take multiplication. That will give us 2 times 2, which is 4. So this is 5 plus 4 minus 1. Now, plus and minus are on the same hierarchy, but then we are going to start from our right to the left. Because they are on the same hierarchy, we will start from our right to our left, which is the plus sign. So if we do that, we're going to have 5 plus 4, which will give us 9. So 5 plus 4 is 9. This is 9 minus 1. And the last one is 9 minus 1, which is what? 8. So we have successfully evaluated this problem using what we call bed mass. I hope that is clear. Now note that whenever you're solving this kind of problem, you must indicate the hierarchy using your sign. You must indicate it so that whoever is assessing your work, whoever is evaluating your work, will know that you're actually following the precedence. And I said earlier that precedence is simply order of what? Hierarchy or order of priority. And 9 minus 1 gives us 8. So that is the answer to the first question. Now let's go over to the second question, which is example B. 7 plus 32 divided by 2 double asterisk 2 multiplied by 3 minus 1. Now if you look at this expression, you will see that in this expression there is brackets, and there is also exponent, there is division, and there is also multiplication. So in the order of precedence, the first here following bed mass, the first is the bracket. So we're going to solve the first thing here in the brackets, which is 3 minus 1. And 3 minus 1 is 2. So this is 7 plus 32 divided by 2 exponent 2 multiplied by what? 2. Because 3 minus 1 is 2. Now, what is the next according to bed mass? The next is the exponent, which is 2 raised to the power 2, and that will give us 4. So 7 plus 32 divided by 4 multiplied by 2. Are you following? So that is 7 plus 32 divided by 4 multiplied by 2. The next here is a tie of division and multiplication, and we said that according to bed mass, that when you're faced with the same operators of the same level of hierarchy, you attend to the operator from your right to your left. So in this case, the operator from the right to the left is the division. So we will take division, and this will be 7 plus 32 divided by 4 is 8. So this is 8 multiplied by 2. So 7 plus 8 multiplied by 2. We've attended to the first hierarchy there, which is division. The next is the multiplication, which is this. 8 multiplied by 2 is what? 16. So this is 7 plus 16. And then the last here on the hierarchy is 7 plus 16, which is what? 23. So 23 is the answer to this expression. We have succeeded in using bed mass to evaluate that expression. Now the next is changing mathematical expressions to Q basic expressions using operators, using basic operators. So here we are changing mathematical expressions to basic expressions using basic operators. Now you know that the way operators are written in mathematics, sum are quite different from the way it is written in basic programming. Like addition and subtraction, they are the same way. But when it comes to multiplication, division, exponent, okay, it is different. So if you look at this expression, you will see that they are mathematical expressions. The first one is y equal to a dot b. You will agree with me that in mathematics, a dot b is same as what? A times b. You can use dot to represent multiplication in mathematics. And then you have arrow dot s, which also is what? Multiplication in mathematics. So what we're doing in this situation, in these examples, is to convert or to change these mathematical expressions into basic related expressions. And so the question is, write the following expressions in Q basic language. So let's do that. The first one here is A. So solution. A. Y equal to A dot B minus R dot S plus R squared. So using our operators in basic programming, how do we solve that? This is okay, let me take it here. So this is y is equal to A multiplied by B minus R multiplied by S plus R. Remember that exponents, you can use double asterisk or you can use a caret sign. Okay, either of them can go. So for the first example, our basic expression is y equal to A times B, because asterisk is multiplication in mathematics. Then we have minus R times x plus R raised to the power of 2, which is exponent. Now let's look at the second one, B. B says t is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 4. Alright, that's what we have there. T is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 4. This is the same thing in basic programming as t is equal to x exponent. So this is x exponent 2 minus 2 multiplied by x minus 4. Alright, so that's what we have there. We have what? T is equal to x raised to the power 2 using double asterisk minus 2 times 2 times x minus 4. Alright, so if that is clear, now let's look at the third example, which is y equal to x plus the square root of r divided by c dot b plus s dot r minus b. Okay, so this is what we have here. Y equal to x plus r square divided by c dot b plus s dot r minus b. So So this is in mathematics. Let's look at the basic equivalence of this. So y is equal to x plus the square root of arrow, divided by c dot b in bracket. Now why is it in bracket? It is because the whole of this is multiplying this. So that's why it is put in the bracket. So you know that this is multiplied by this. Plus s multiplied by arrow minus b. So it's y equal to x plus r raised to the power of 2, which is this, divided by c multiplied by b plus s multiplied by arrow minus b. Okay, so these are some of the examples we have looked at, and this is how far our class will go today. Okay, as a recap, we have looked at expressions, and we said that expressions are a combination of symbols, variables, and constants. And then we looked at the different operators, and we said that these operators are not the same as mathematical operators, though some are. And then we looked at how to simplify expressions using BEDMAS. And we said that BEDMAS is simply the bracket, the exponentiation, or the exponent, division, the multiplication, addition, and subtraction. And then while expressing or while evaluating these expressions, you must follow the BEDMAS. So there is what we call order of hierarchy, which we call precedence. And then we said that in case you come in contact with two operators of the same hierarchy, let's say addition and subtraction that are on the same level, what do? You start from the operator from the right. You solve your problem starting with the operator from the right. Now, having understood this class, which I do trust God that you understand, I'm going to give you some assignments that you will use to help yourself to show how far you've come along with regards to understanding of today's lesson. So I will drop the assignment immediately. Thank you. All right, dear students, so having understood this lesson, I have an assignment for you to practice. So the assignment is this: write the following expressions in Q basic language. Number 1, A is equal to s plus r squared minus sr divided by s plus 7. 2, A is equal to s times r minus y times z plus x, all divided by 5. Number 3 is A is equal to d minus r in brackets raised to the power 2 divided by d plus r in brackets. So what you're doing in the first question is that you're converting this mathematical expression to Q basic language. Now the second part of the assignment says, using BEDMAS, solve the following expressions. So number 4, 11 multiplied by 2 plus 8 multiplied by 4 minus 7. And 5, solve z equal to x times y minus bracket open 7 minus 4 bracket closed divided by 3, where x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 5. So as usual, when you're through with your assignment, you forward it to my WhatsApp phone number on 0706 456 0387. I take the number once again, 0706 456 0387. Please ensure that you do it and send it to me. It has been a nice time teaching you. Thank you very much. Please stay safe and stay out of trouble. God bless you.